Well, Jenna, you really just soured my whole mood going into this segment. Broussard's going to fix the fact that I don't have a vote, by the way. It's just a multi-year oversight by my friends at the NBA. I know it. But we were tracking the MVP race like a horse race throughout the season, and Giannis led the whole way. Now, right before the shutdown, LeBron had gained significant ground, but Giannis was still the leader, and now the season freezes in time there. Giannis deserves this award. LeBron, there's no question. Giannis's team has the best record. Giannis is averaging 30 points in 30 minutes. There's no question about it. LeBron will finish second. He finished second in year 3 in the NBA. He's now going to finish second in year 17. This will be his 8th first or second place finish in his career. He should have 6 first place finishes, but that's neither here nor there. Chris Paul might be the most noteworthy on this. Look at what the Thunder are in the standings. Look at what they've been. I think they are 29-10 in their last 39. He has been the best clutch player in the NBA for a team that at the break, some people thought they might trade away Gallo and tank. Luka, we've become numb to what he's doing, 29-9-9 in year 2. And James Harden, for all the criticism he gets, he's just averaging a hair under 35 a game for a team that was the 3 seed with 10 days prior to the restart before they had a bad week and a half. So that's your top 5 of the MVP ballot. Wilds, my guess is people are going to take the most issue with Chris Paul, but I firmly believe he should be 3rd place on the MVP ballot.
No, I like Chris Paul there. I think that's a great call by you. Well, this weekend, Frank Vogel said LeBron was the MVP. Broussard, do you think Frank Vogel actually believes that, or is that just a little bit of job security?
That's job security. Look, LeBron's been tremendous, but it's cut and dried. It's Giannis. Giannis's regular numbers, points, rebounds, field goal percentage are better. His analytical numbers are better. His PER, only Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, and LeBron once have ever had a better PER than what Giannis is doing now. It's more than 3 points higher than anybody else in the league. He's got the best record in the league for his team without a second superstar. Nobody close to an Anthony Davis. And he's, like Nick said, he could be Defensive Player of the Year. He's arguably the best defender in the league. So it's Giannis. I give Nick credit for being objective. Chris Paul, Chris has been great. I don't have him in my top 5 MVPs, though. I can't go there, but he's been terrific. You're reaching a little bit for that. I see why you don't have a vote.
I just wanted to say, Nick, No. Broussard, this is what I feel like I came in too hot on Nick without getting a vote. I think I'm going to back off from that now, and we're just going to ease right into your next award, which is the All-NBA teams. Take it away, my friend.
This is really gone off the wall. Really not the way I wanted
Those were
it to go.
apologies.
No,
that
Jenna,
was sincere.
I appreciate you. No, I know you're sincere, but Broussard, who actually does have a vote just because he's covered the league for 25 years and used to work at the New York Times, he all of a sudden gets a vote. He has more credibility than me. I don't know in what world that's true. All right, now All-NBA team, which is actually going to be probably a little more controversial than the MVP ballot, which I think most people are going to have at least 4 of those same top 5. First team All-NBA is very simple, as long as you put Anthony Davis at center. Now, while I don't have a ballot, I have seen the ballot, and Anthony Davis is listed as forward or center. I put him at center because then you can get the guys who have had the 5 best seasons in the league. You'll see, maybe some people will say, wait, Chris Paul's third on your MVP ballot, but not first team All-NBA. He's been more valuable than Harden and Doncic, but I think those guys' numbers are so overwhelming, they should be first team. Second team, to me, is also pretty straightforward. You've got to have Chris Paul on your second team All-NBA to go along with. Kawhi gets there because he was great when he decided to play. Pascal Siakam, he's the best player on the 2 seed in the East. Jokic, after a really slow, out-of-shape start, was great the last few months. And Russ, everyone acts like Russ is falling off a cliff. All he's doing is giving you 29, 9, and 8 a night as the second best player on a contender. And third team, hey, Celtic fans, for everyone that says I hate Jayson Tatum, had I put Anthony Davis as a forward, Jayson Tatum would not have made this list. But I put Anthony Davis as a center, allows Tatum to get on. Chris Middleton, I know Broussard takes every shot to remind America the Bucks don't have a second star. All he's doing is averaging 20-plus points on 50, 40, 90. The list of people to do that, 20 points on 50, 40, 90. Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Chris Middleton. Dame's been sensational, arguably statistically the best year of his career. Ben Simmons is going to come close to winning Defensive Player of the Year. He can guard all 5 spots. And Bam Adebayo, to me, because Embiid missed 20 games, has had the third best center of any big man, ahead of Gobert and ahead of Joel Embiid. Broussard, I know you've got a ton of issue with all of this, most notably your deep personal dislike for Chris Middleton. So go ahead, sir. Tear me apart here.
First of all, I love Chris Middleton. Shout out, props to Chris.
Oh, you love him.
And I give it to you. After really looking at it, there seems to be a dearth of forwards in the league that deserve this award. So I did have him on my third team. I'll give you that. We talked about it yesterday. I didn't, but when I looked at it, he's fine on the third team. Now, since your ballot is unofficial, I'm going to mess around with the position. Let's face it. Who was a point guard this year? LeBron James. He played point guard the entire season. I know they probably got him listed as a forward, like you said, but you conveniently put LeBron at forward so you could leave Kawhi off. That's a subtle shot. Most of America probably didn't pick it up, but I know that was all about making Kawhi second team and save all the comments about how many games he missed. Luka missed just as many games as Kawhi. So what I've done is I've got LeBron at point on my first team, Harden at the 2, and then Kawhi in at the forward, and Luka moves down to the second team. All right, now, I've got Dame Lillard. You mentioned it. He's averaging, 29 points a game, 7 assists. He's playing tremendously. I'm not going to punish him because the team has struggled. I put Dame on my second team guard with Luka, and I'm going with Jayson Tatum over Siakam. I love Pascal. And here's the shocker, Nick. Jimmy Butler. No, that's good. Has been tremendous. I'm putting him as a forward on my second team.
Can I tell you if Butler's good. The just missed would be Butler, Kyle Lowry, and Bradley Beal. Beal's team is 14 games under 500, so I couldn't include him. But no, I think Jimmy Butler, he had to be on there. So I don't know. I don't think you're crazy for Jimmy Butler at all. I put Bam in that spot. You're messing with the positions to create, you're putting LeBron here. And by the way, if there was an extra forward spot, the next person on my list was Siakam. Kawhi was the fourth best forward in basketball this year. So just so you know, yeah, and Anthony Davis too. So I guess fifth. But I mean that's just how I saw it. Because maybe I just was tuned in too often when Kawhi was resting. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. It's just
I'm going to bat for you. I'm going to bat for you with the league office to get you a vote. But this logic you're spewing is not going to help. This is national TV, Nick. Believe me, this is not helping you. I've got, and center, you got Bam on the third team. I'm going with Rudy Gobert. Bam has been great. I don't have too much of a problem with that, but I'd go with Gobert. And instead of Ben Simmons, I got Chris Paul and Westbrook, my third team guard.
Okay.
Chris Paul and Westbrook.
That's fair.
Broussard, I was going to ask you if he's helping his cause or hurting his cause, but you know what? I'm not going to ask. I feel like I know. All right, Nick, we got your MVP awards. We got your All-NBA teams. Talk us through the rest of your awards.
Yep. So we'll go quickly on these right to left, actually, instead of left to right. Nick Nurse has to be your coach of the year, doing what he's done despite the departure of Kawhi Leonard. Most improved player. Now, this is controversial. You could argue Bam, you could argue Tatum. Luka took a leap from excellent player to superstar. Some people are going to say if you're a top 5 pick, year 1 to year 2, you're supposed to improve. 6th man of the year came down to Dennis Schroeder or Montrezl Harrell. I leaned Harrell because he had such a heavy workload, especially given the fact the stars on his team don't often play, so he gets elevated in importance. Ja Morant's your unanimous rookie of the year. And my commitment to take integrity makes Giannis the defensive player of the year. I picked Anthony Davis before the year. I'd love to give it to Anthony Davis, but Wilds, Giannis, the Bucks defense has been demonstrably the best defense in all of basketball. Giannis is the biggest reason for that. So Giannis will join Akeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James as the only players to win Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same season. Before you send tweets, you're going to say LeBron never did that. Well, technically he never did that, but in 2013, he should have done it. He finished second. The guy who won it, Mark Gasol, wasn't even first-team All-NBA. Another flaw in the voting process that wouldn't happen if I had a vote. So while LeBron technically didn't do it in the same year, he actually kind of did. Giannis joins that list. It is a sensational year from Giannis, capped off by winning both awards, Wilds.
Okay, Akeem also finals MVP that year. Nick, I like this list. Part of me, Broussard, let's just be 100% honest here. This feels like Nick auditioning for the league office to get a vote. He's like, look, I'm not in LeBron's camp. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. Are you buying that Nick really believes that this is the list, Broussard?
I do believe he thinks this is the list, but for him to state unequivocally that LeBron has won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season, what? My head is spinning. I mean, what are you? He didn't. It's official. He did not. I don't know how you say that, Nick, but most improved. I think Bam Adebayo probably gets the most improved player. And then Montrezl Harrell, great player, great six-man, but is he even the best six-man on their team? I mean, Lou Williams will make an argument there. And Dennis Schroeder, I think Dennis Schroeder could end up getting this award this year.
Schroeder might win it, no question. Now, just quickly, as far as your what did or didn't happen, you know what I mean? I guess this is, you have your own alternative facts, so to speak. Like, if I were to ask you in the year 2000, the presidential election, who won the state of Florida, like, W. Bush won it, but now that we have all the information, we're like, oh, Al Gore actually probably won it. In the moment in 2013, we're like, hey, Mark Gasol won Defensive Player of the Year. Now that we have all the information, we're like, oh, LeBron actually won Defensive Player of the Year that year, along with League MVP and Finals MVP, complete the trifecta. It's not on his wiki page, but we all know it should be, Jenna.